Now improve your English by answering an interesting question. If you want to get stronger, it's important to practice.
Hello, I'm Eric, and today we have more speaking practice to do. Once again, the question is about university life. But don't think too much about it, and don't worry about doing it perfectly. The most important thing is to practice a lot. By practicing a lot, you'll get the knowledge and experience you need to be ready for anything. It's the best way to improve. Anyway, I hope you're ready. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. So, why are we waiting? Let's get to it.
Speaking practice number 9. Today's question. The university decides to remodel the dormitory, adding a new room to it. What kind of room do you recommend be added to your dormitory? A cafe, a study room, or a games room? To answer this question, you just have to be able to imagine the situation and explain what you think would be the best decision. If this question is on the TOEFL, it's an independent speaking question. You have to explain which option you would choose, and you only have 15 seconds to prepare your answer. Then you have to speak for 45 seconds, giving details and explaining your idea as clearly as possible in that time. Want to try? You know the question, so why don't you think of how you would respond before seeing the example answer? Just pause the video for a few seconds and try. Then, when you're ready, let's take a look. Example answer. If they decided to remodel the dormitory, I would recommend adding a cafe, because I think that a cafe would have the most mass appeal. A games room may only be used by a few people, and there's probably no need for another study room at the university. But cafes are convenient, multi-purpose places. You can go there to meet somebody or just relax, not to mention study. I think everybody would use it sometime, whether it's to get some coffee and a snack, or just meet up with someone to hang out, or do homework. Actually, the cafe in my hometown is always very busy. Anytime I go there, I see all kinds of people, such as businessmen, students, and even families.
And that's today's model answer. Like I mentioned in a previous video, these questions that give you 3 options are really just the same as a simple preference question, but instead of 2 choices, you have 3. While these question types have not been on the test in recent years, since they're almost the same anyway, and you should always be ready for anything, I think it's a good idea to practice. And once again, I started my speech by trying to set up a good, clear order. You have to make your speech clear and well organized. Your idea should be easy to understand from the beginning. Then after that, you just have to give a lot of details and examples. In this case, I thought a cafe would be the best option because it could be used for any purpose. I thought it would get the most use from the largest number of people. In a short time, it's hard to make a perfect speech, but if you practice a lot, it becomes easier to always make a well-organized and easy-to-understand speech. And that's the most important thing. Well, in the next part of today's presentation, we have some good advice. So, let's get back to it.
Speaking pattern. in order to be a talented and confident speaker like this guy, it's important to organize your speech well, following a clear pattern. Here's the pattern I usually follow. Start by clearly expressing your choice. Then give a reason. Talk about the opposing choice, and finish the time by giving more reasons with examples. Here's the speaking pattern on the example answer. First, I said my choice very clearly. Then I gave a reason, and then I talked about the other choices, saying why I didn't choose them. And for the rest of the time, I tried to talk, giving details and examples. The first part of the speech follows a clear order, and the rest of the speech is just a lot of natural speaking. By doing it this way, you show that you can organize your ideas, giving your speech topic development, and you can speak with some fluency, showing automaticity. Good grammar. Let's talk about grammar. I know most people don't like grammar, but this point is very important. You should know how to speak when talking about an unreal situation. This means something that is not really happening in your life. The question asks you to use your imagination to imagine making a choice. Let's carefully read the question one more time. The university decides to remodel the dormitory, adding a new room to it. What kind of room do you recommend be added to the dormitory? A cafe, a study room, or a games room? Notice the grammar of the question. We see it says, the university decides to remodel, and asks, what do you recommend? Why does it use this grammar? This is not actually real. That's right, Susan. It's only imagination. You see, the test writers don't want to tell you how you should speak, so they just use normal verb tenses. But you should understand which grammar to use to sound as natural as possible. And so, we should use the conditional. This grammar has 2 points, and it's a little difficult to learn. But let's take a look. First, the question says, they decide to remodel. But using the conditional, we're going to answer by saying, if they decided. Then the question asks, what do you recommend? But in your answer, you should say, I would recommend. When you understand how and when to use this grammar, your answer will look like this. If they decided to remodel the dormitory, I would recommend adding a cafe. That sounds great, like a fluent and smart native speaker. Good job. Key words. For this topic, choosing which kind of room you'd like to add to your dormitory, these words came to my mind. Multi-purpose. Something you can use for several purposes. Something that has many uses. A knife is used for cutting, but this tool is used for cutting, sawing, tightening screws, opening cans, and more. It has many uses, so it's a multi-purpose tool. It makes sense. This means something is reasonable and correct. Looking at the reasons, you can see that the conclusion is the best answer. So we say it makes sense. Mass appeal. Something with mass appeal seems fun, attractive, and interesting to most people. Young, old, men, and women. Not just one person or a few people. If there's something with mass appeal, that means everybody loves it. Next question. If you're really trying to improve, you have to practice a lot. So before you watch the next video, you should try to answer the next question on your own. Here it is. Many students are asked to evaluate their professors at the end of the semester. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this system? If you answer this question on your own, and then watch the next video, you can compare your answer with mine. And together, let's find success.
And that's the end of today's lesson. I hope the information was helpful. If there's something else you would like me to talk about, please leave a comment below. We have many more of these speaking practice videos coming with a lot of interesting questions. So I hope you come along with me. We can learn together. Also, I know that everybody who watches must have different ideas about how to answer these questions. And that's okay. There are many good ways to answer these questions, so just please leave a comment below. I'm sure it will start an interesting conversation and be very helpful to the other learners just like you. Please push the like button, subscribe to my channel if you think it's helpful or interesting, and I'll see you next time.